Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Charlotte, in North Carolina. We're here at Charlotte Motor Speedway, just on the outskirts of Charlotte, the capital of North Carolina. And you join me, Will Smith, in the C Sports commentary booth, and also driving the pace car currently at the moment. But we welcome you to the Unfamous Energy 277. In which we're going to have 74 laps of racing for the Fios series here, and currently it's Forza on pole after a string of amazing performances in the Fios series, 3 wins in a row. He is going to be starting up front, pole position, and behind him is one of his championship rivals, Trini, the number 29 car, and behind them is Bwo, the 99. So, the pace car is currently on the backstretch, or I am in this case. We're currently at Charlotte Motor Speedway, a 1.5 mile oval, or quad oval, I should say. One of the more well-known tracks on the calendar for the VRA, or host to the Coke 600, which will be tomorrow on Sunday. But we are ready to go green here for the first time here for the Unfamous Energy 277. The green flag is going to be waved. Nope, it's green next time. Apparently. So the pace car is going to be out once again. And the pace car is still going. We're just having a couple of issues, it seems, for the race director to not validate the start of the race. But we're going to be green this time, says race control. And we're finally going to be able to get the cars running. Currently starting second is the free car for Colours Racing. That is Griffin. Who is starting second instead, ahead of Trini. My apologies from earlier, but it's still Forza who will lead. But the pace car is going to be in this time finally, and Forza will lead them to the green flag. It's the Unfamous Energy 277, and we're away. And Forza's off to a good start, already getting a good gap. We're spacing out just a little bit. We've got Pax in the back, I think. There is Jinty's on the outside of Woe currently. There's just a couple of shuffles out the back there. Masashi, who is hoping to do well, not so great performance at the moment, but although he is gaining places and Bwo is losing them. In this kind of free wide battle as the 66 picks up a warning. But shuffles currently for this is 5th position. But the 66 is holding on, so that is Masashi currently in 5th position. And here comes Bandit as well, up the inside of the 94 and the 51 car, trying to push their way into 7th. But being on that middle line is not going to help. They're not in any kind of draft whatsoever, and Toddy goes up high into the wall. May hit the slowdown, as he hits the outside and hits the slowdown as well, so that's going to be pushing him back further. And somebody starting surprisingly quite far back is Pancake, who's had a good couple of runs recently, has ended in 4th. Oh, and that's the 51. 51's around. And saves it, and the 99 gets a warning, so not a good start for the 51 car of Verge. Smith Sport car is now to the back of the grid after getting loose there. Going through corner 2. But surprisingly, the 5 car of Forza is not getting away. And to the inside goes Griffin on Trini. Trini and Griffin seem to be battling. Oh, and there's a bit of contact as well. And Griffin almost gets loose there on the back stretch. Going to have the inside and is going to clear him. But here comes Trini, having the better line, the better entry, and gets past him with ease. Really great driving from those two, but that's going to let Forza get away. He's going to be loving to see this in his rearview mirror. We're quite early in the race, and Trini is calling out to Griffin to work together instead of just letting Forza get away, which is what's happened multiple times in the past couple of races, where Forza has won with a storming charge, being handed a really big gap from drivers battling behind. But as it stands on lap 7, Forza is leading the way. About a second behind him is Trini, and then Griffin in third. We've still got battles in the back as the 97 car of... That is Toxic. So Toxic, the 97 car, getting past the 24. Gets the move done. Oh, not quite clear, and goes down almost into 99. Who has to go down onto the apron and narrowly misses the 24 car as well. So a bit of skirmishing there, but nowhere near an instant just yet. We're only 8 laps in of this race for 74. And speaking of which, with the laps, the pit window is predicted to be about 30 laps in. So we've got a while to go for these tyres to last. So don't want to be over-aggressive driving at the current stage. It seems to have gone quiet for the moment. Oh, and that's a car hitting a bump there on the grass. And that's Forza. Yeah, that's the leader hitting a bump. Rookie mistake. Gets put in the wall a little bit by both Trini and Griffin, and is down to third. So the 29 gets a warning. And they're too wide for the lead of the race. Who's Forza going to bump? There's going to bump Trini. But it's three-way battle for the leads currently. They're side by side as they go into turn 1. Who's going to have the advantage? Griffin goes into the wall. He's going to have slowdown and slips behind Forza. And they're side by side as well. The 1 car and the 35. Jinty and Bandit. And Masashi is behind them as well. But it's currently Trini who leads for the first time this race. And Trini drops off, so I think Trini may have got a slowdown. And he's dropped back hugely because here comes Bandit on his inside. Is Bandit going to have the run? No, he's going to slip back ever so slightly, just back into the outside lane. And Forza grinds against the wall. He's going to be slowing down again and gets caught on Trini. And Trini's going to be sent into pit road. And that's a really unfortunate incident. He's going to be dropping back hugely, and that may be an issue, punishment for Forza there. But we've still got a battle for the lead currently, and Bandit's put himself into the position for this fight for the win currently. But Forza holds on, goes through the outside, 193 miles an hour down the front stretch. As they come through too. Griffin's going to be on the inside. He's going to be hung out to dry here on the back stretch. Gets put a little bit wide. The 5 car gets a warning Oh, and there's a bit of skirmishing as well, and that's the free car into the wall. And Musashi gets loose into the grass as well. There's spinning going on. That's the 24 car round as well. Lots and lots of incidents. As we see Bandit now has made his way to the lead of the race for the first time, as he leads about half a second ahead of Forza. Forza not looking as dominant as we thought initially at the start of this race. We thought he would pull away, but not quite. He's still got Bandit ahead of him. He's got a big gap behind to Trini and Ginty, which is the 29 and the 91 car. So Musashi is ahead. Not for long though. Oh, and Ginty goes into the wall as well. And that's a bad rejoin as well. And they're all going all over the place. And that's Pancake as well getting loose. Really reckless driving at the moment. It feels like we're on really thin ice at the moment. Could be a caution at any minute. As we see, there's a battle, and the cautions come out. So there's been an incident around the track. And who got the race back? It's going to be Bandit. So Bandit's going to be ahead of Forza just at the line for race back as the pace car comes out once again, and the entire pack will regroup once again as we'll restart on lap 19. There's been a caution called, the first one of the race. Now you've got over team radios is that Bandit is saying that good racing Forza, so a bit of sportsmanship there between the two drivers, two competitors as well, racing really hard but fairly. That's what you want to see. Pits aren't open for the moment as Bandit tries to go in there. Not quite ready for that. Race control will throw the pink flag when everyone is ready to open the pits. As it stands, 20 laps in, 10 laps to go till the pit window opens, and Bandit is leading this race from Forza behind, as we're currently on pacing for a caution here, called on lap 18. We'd just like to take this time to mention one of our partners of C Sports being rowracing.com, where you can now see every race for the VRA with closed captions as well. So the pink flag is now waved as they come towards pit road. Who's going to be pitting earlier? Everyone's coming in, it seems. So everybody goes into pit road. Nobody's staying out. Nobody's taking the risk to stay out and hoping for another caution. Everybody's coming in. We're going to see who has the fastest pit stop time. That's what can count, you know. You better have a good pit team, good pit crew, and that can make all the difference to a race. 35 is going to go to the back as well for the being in the wrong pit stall. So that's going to send Ginty to the back. Unfortunate for the Smith Sport team. As the pace car waits on the backstretch. Waiting for who's going to come out first. It's going to be the one car of Bandit. So the leader comes out ahead once again and will keep hold of the lead for now. So we're going to be green next time, says race control. Pace car will be out for one more lap as drivers get settled into their positions. And it's being made official that it's going to be green this time for this lap. Pace car will be coming in and we will be going green once again. And see what chaos will ensue as the pack has now been bunched up once again. You need to think what needs to happen. What do you need to do as a driver, especially for Bandit, who's going to be trying to defend from Forza, Trini and Griffin as well. All in that pack, as well as Toxic behind him. It's a huge group of talented drivers you've got to defend from. It's going to be really difficult to try and maintain, but the secret is to get a good start, really, is what you need to do. Be able to make a gap early and be able to just start setting some good consistent laps. But the pace car's lights are out and it comes in. We're going to be green flag racing once again, and Bandit is going to lead them. The green flag comes out. Let's see who gets a good start. Bandit and Forza both get a good start right now as they go into one. Ginty is much towards the back. But here we go. It's currently, we've got a little bit of a shuffle for positions. The 51 of Verge is going to have to defend from the 66 of Masashi. But Masashi is going to be hung out to dry on the inside line as Pancake comes along on side in the 69 car, and Toxic goes up into Verge, and Verge is going to get the slowdown from the wall tapping and goes into the 99 as well. So the 97 gets a warning from that incident and is now down the inside of the 5 car. So that's Forza drops back and the 1 car gets a bit loose on the grass and is going to be dropping positions. Trini is now back into the lead and is going to get pushed up high. They're 3 wide for 2nd place. Through comes Bandit and Forza. They're side by side down the back stretch. Bandit's going to have the inside. Who is Griffin going to push? Forza slightly high. And the 97 as well down the inside of the 3 car. But as it stands, and there's a bit of contact between the 97 and the 69, and 97 goes around. Can they keep it going? Yes, they can. Good recovery after a little bit of contact. Oh, but a bad rejoin straight into the front of the 94 car. But currently there's a battle for seconds between Forza, Griffin, and Masashi now, who gets up to 3rd. Let's see if Masashi's going to be able to get the draft, and the 1 car goes around. So the leader Bandit wants around and is now going to be dropping back into, 5th or 6th position and slots in nicely. But now Masashi and Forza are going to be fighting after the lead. There seems to be a change from the lead about every 2 laps, it seems. So Forza once again back in the lead. As we see a little bit further down, there's currently side-by-side action, and I think that was Woe punting, I think, the 35 car into the wall. He's going to be getting slowed down, and 97 is really far back. So Toxic really far, dropped back. Maybe an issue with the car, or maybe just getting into the wall. And there's a car getting loose a bit on the front stretch. as Masashi is going to the inside, or is going to try and go to the inside of Forza. Is he going to have the draft though on the inside lane? No, he's not. He's going to have to call back in, and the caution's out once again. And a free car incident. So the caution is called on lap 29. As the pack slows down, it's going to be Forza who leads from that. Just calling in a little bit from the team radios. Trini just calling, this is stupid. Maybe the car, maybe the race, who knows. But not liking how things are going currently. As the pink flag is out, so cars can now pit on that 30. Let's see who comes in. Forza and Masashi come in, the two leaders, as well as the 94 of Toddy and the 99, the 24, and I think the 35 as well, apologies. So that's going to be putting the 29 into the lead on the restart. So drivers choosing to refresh their tyres while they still have the time, compensating their current track position, fresher tyres. It's only been 10 laps since the restart, so maybe these tyres have been worn out a little bit too fast. Maybe they're just not happy with how the tyres are feeling, who knows. We're going to be green next time as the drivers come out of the pits. And we've got a bit of radio from Trini who says, I low-key should have pit. So maybe a mistake there from the current leader of this race. Maybe Trini should have gone in and replaced his tyres whilst he had the time, the opportunity to, but it's too late now. You've got to go from the restart. And Bandit having a bit of an issue rejoining. So he'll be starting right at the back then for the restart. He's going to rejoin just in time as the pack goes by pit road. As the current standings are, well, the current information from the previous races. So Forza has had a really great streak of races so far. The 5 car has won 3 races in a row. He's looking to make it 4 this time if he wins here at Charlotte, which will be a new VRA record. And he's looking to impress everyone by doing it as well. And he may well just, because he's been thinking about D1 recently. As the pace car comes in, and we're green very early this time, and Griffin gets caught lacking a little bit. Trini goes ahead. As they dive into turn 1, Trini's got a huge lead going through 2. And Forza getting really down low with 97 car. The 69 and 51 together. Current battle for 4th. Pancake is going to be trying to go to the inside of position he's very familiar with 4th, it seems, because he's finished it multiple times in a row now. But Forza's going to help out Pancake. He's going to bump him forward a little bit, and they're going to be 3 wide now. 3 wide for 4th position, and they come together, and the 51's around. And gets hit by the 24. Really unfortunate for the 51 car. And once again, he's gone around. Really unfortunate. And the team owner is not going to be happy about that. But Forza has made his way up the pack. Once again, he's up to 4th. And And the 69 gets a warning from race control for causing an avoidable incident. We're seeing a battle here. The 5 car having a really good draft to the inside of the 22. He's already making his way up to third. He's going to pass the 22 car of Revel. Trading paint just a little bit. He's going to be on the inside for turn 1. And there's just a little bit of contact again. And Forza makes his way through. And Griffin goes up high into the wall. Doesn't quite get the slowdown though. He's still battling with Trini for the lead. And Griffin is going to now go into lead 29, trying to slip back to the inside, going through 3 and 4, but we've got to remember Forza is still there. And he's still in third. He's going to be pushing the 29 just a little bit. He's trying to look for his way through a very sneaky opportunity. And the 5 car goes to the inside, trying to make the move for the lead. And the caution comes out. And Verge is going to be able to rejoin from that. There was an incident just a little bit down the grid. And out comes the pace car again for the 3rd time this race. So Verge is going to benefit from having the caution out again, because he's going to be able to rejoin the race. Like last time, maybe finish in a really good position. The pink flag is out. Which drivers are going to go in? Seems like a lot of people are, but pancake speeds the 69 car does. And the 69 is going to go to the back for speeding in the pit lane. The common issue drivers encounter, it seems, especially in D2. But not so much in the Cup Series, but that does still happen. But Forza chooses to stay out under his tyres. He's confident that he can go the full distance. But of the cars that chose not to pit, it's 5 car, the 99 and the 94 of Forza, Woe, and Toddy. Toddy, of course, being one of the familiar members with the C Sports crew. As the group, the pack regroups, coming through 4. It's going to be green this time, quite early. Or a late call, actually. And the green flag's already out. And let's see who gets away. Well, Griffin does, so does Trini. And the 97's already in the wall and he's around. And 97 losing out on that restart gets put into the wall and spins around. And they're still battling. There's Trini and Toddy going side by side. And Griffin making his way up, so does Masashi as well. They've made their way up to 3rd and 4th respectively. Now on the heels of the 99 car. Griffin trying to make back the points he's lost by not coming to the races previously. And catching up to Forza as well. The draft seems to be really strong here, especially on the backstretch, as Griffin is already down the inside. The 3 car on the 5 car. Bro chooses to help the 3 car. Oh, and a very late cutback from the 5 car. Trying to cover off the 3 car, and here comes the 99 of Woe. Woe to the inside. He's going to be hung out a little bit. Can he get the draft from the 5 car? He's going to be going deep into 3. Banging doors with the 5 car, and is going to get the push from Griffin as well. And the 69 there goes into the grass a little bit and gets a bit loose on the front stretch, but manages to recover it. And Bro now into the lead for the first time, but likely not for long, as they're almost 3 wide going down the backstretch. Forza is going to be hung out a little bit and has to come back in. It's difficult to overtake there, especially if they're trying to go down low off of the racing line on the backstretch. But Bro is defending hard from Forza. Forza put into the grass a little bit. And Bro is put into the wall as well. He's suffered badly, and he's now going to drop back into 4th, just ahead of Bandit. As Forza leads once again on lap 45 of 74, as Griffin is behind him, and Bandit go to the move on Bro and gets it done nice and easy. Bro not really putting up much of a fight. He's slowing down quite a bit as he lets Musashi and Pancake through as well. And Toddy gets put high a little bit as they're 3 wide, the 51, the 22 and the 94 almost. Just behind Bro. And that's Trini. Trini to the inside of Griffin. Trying to make the move for 2nd. Maybe even 3rd. Gets the move done on the 3 car and is now up to 2nd. But he's going to go into the wall, and that's going to slow him down considerably. And he gets into the wall, a little bit of collision with Bandit. Oh, and that's a bad rejoin from Bandit, and the 29 is going to go around, but saves it. And the 29 gets a warning again from that collision, and Forza gets a bit loose going over the grass. Just putting on a bit of a smokescreen, it seems, but he's very clear from the rest of the grid. It's about a 2nd now to the 3 car behind in 2nd. This is again the kind of dominance we've been seeing from Forza recently with a string of races. But Musashi, the 66 car, is going to go down the inside of Griffin. And Pancake and Bandit get together as well. They're going to be slowing down considerably. And there's a car loose in the background as well. And that's the 1 car around. And Trini complaining that Forza walls 3 people and gets absolutely nothing. And says karma likely to the incident with that Bandit had. Trini being very vocal on the radios, it seems. So Forza still in the lead at the moment, and he's got a good gap to the car behind, who is Musashi, making his way up from a little bit of a difficult qualifying position up to 2nd. That's a good result from him so far. And that's the 51 and the 99 going past the 22, who goes into the wall, gets to slow down, has to suffer by dropping back on the backstretch. And the cars are now quite evenly spread out, as it seems now. No one particularly as close as everyone else. Forza has a good gap now to Masashi, over a second now, over a second and a half, because Masashi is now going to have to try and defend from Griffin, who once again is coming back to the front of the pack again and again and again, and it doesn't seem to be slowing down at all. So Masashi is going to have something on his hands, a bit of a battle, which is going to help Forza as well, as he's going to be able to just pull ahead, set fast and consistent laps, which is really easy to do here at Charlotte, especially with clean air going up onto the high line, getting that extra speed. As we can see, Masashi trying to go defensive, and it doesn't work because Griffin's gone straight past him with a lot of speed on the front stretch, and Griffin now up to second. But he's got a 2-second gap to try and fight from Forza, who's pulling away every single lap. He's just setting consistent laps faster and faster and faster. It's going to be really hard to catch him at this rate. As we're now 20 laps to go. And the 66 slowing down, trying to go up to the high line. Here's Toddy trying to look for the inside. No, that's not going to work. This is currently the battle for third. Toddy looking for that opportunity to try and send it down the inside, try and get that draft, maybe. And that's the free car around. Free car gets loose. There's been another car around, apparently, a little bit further back, but the free car drops back, and that's going to give him Forza, apologies, even more. Rumors have it that Woe may lose out his license, I'm pretty sure, if he does not win this race. A little bit harsh, maybe, coming from an experienced driver, but well, going to an experienced driver, as Pancake, the 69 car, gets past Ginty, the 35, and there's a pack forming in the back. The battle for sixth, which is currently led by Revel. The 22 car is going to have to defend from Trini, as well as Verge, as well as Toddy, and they're three wide on the front stretch. Nobody's going to give an inch of racing room. They're still three wide going into turn one. And Trini puts Verge down low. Revel pushes Verge ahead, and Verge is going to get that high line on the back stretch. So through goes Verge in sixth position, as we're now 15 laps to go here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. And the 22 car gets pushed by the 29 and is going to go trying to have to defend as Verge slips back after getting into the wall. And Trini as well goes into the wall. It seems to be really difficult for drivers to try and keep out of it. We're seeing a battle for third still, and it's currently between Ginty and Pancake still battling as they go through two side by side. Two Toyotas, Smith Sport and Team Blitz. But somebody else is going to try and join the fight as well. It's Griffin once again getting into battles, trying to insert himself higher up the grid with 13 laps to go. 3 Toyotas all battling for third place. To the inside goes Griffin, and he's not clear. Turns Jinty down a bit, and he's still not clear. He's trying to turn into the 35 car. That's not going to work, but Jinty gets slowed down. He's going to have to cede the position. And through goes Griffin past Jinty, and the 22 of Revel as well is going to be there for trying not to lose his positions late in the stage in the race. And Jinty gets past Griffin, apologies. So Griffin maybe hit the wall, so dropping back a little bit. He's going to be fighting with Revel. They're side by side down the front stretch. Meanwhile, Forza still has a good lead ahead of Masashi. He's clear for now. The gap is about 2.2 seconds. And it's between Verge and Toddy, the battle for 8th. Verge trying to look back for place. To the inside he goes on Toddy, trying to get the draft. They're side by side, scraping each other's paint. Toddy's still battling with Verge. Trying to look for the opportunity to get past. Verge currently ahead at the moment, is currently in 8th. Now, as we speak, Masashi is closing down the gap. He's got 9 laps to do it, and he's put the gap down to 1.6 seconds after that. So closing the gap is Masashi, but he's going to slow down just a little bit. And that's going to put the gap back up to 2.3 seconds. And Pancake is sitting in P3. Masashi's struggling now in the last couple of laps. The gap is going to be pulling. The constant mistakes going into the wall, especially on the exit, is really difficult. And now the gap is 2.8 seconds. So is Forza pulling away? He's clear now with 7 laps to go. And that's a 24 car around on the inside. On the back stretch and goes straight into it. Straight into, I think that was the 94 car, yeah. And the caution comes out. Pretty late called after that. And yet again, Forza's work has been undone. But once again, this is not the first time. This happened last week at Chicagoland. But the 24, the cause of that incident by rejoining in the worst place possible on the back stretch. And was that intentional? Because we've seen no stranger The 24 is no stranger to causing incidents that causes the lead to be ruined. Remember earlier in the season, there was an incident where both the Fanatec Vodafone cars were plotting to take out the leader Forza, and Forza has dropped back actually, so Masashi is now into the lead during the caution, and Pancake as well overtakes Forza, so Forza has been royally screwed by the caution with 4 laps to go. And so the pink flag has been waved. The last time for drivers to pit. With 4 laps to go, it's going to be really close. Is anyone going to risk pitting? At this stage of the race, is it worth it? Masashi's going in. Pancake staying out. Some people can't make their minds up. I think that's one of the close cars. I think, yeah, Griffin. So Pancake, Bandit, Griffin, and the 24 car of Jill Copey as well is going to stay out and hope that their tyres can last 3 more laps. The 94 is going to be to the back for passing in the pit lane. So out comes the cars from pit road. The drivers will resort themselves into a line, hopefully. Drivers have resorted themselves now. It's like greenest time. Pancake will lead for the first time this race, actually. And it's going to be overtime. So one of the rare occurrences where laps are added on after a late race caution. So we're going to have 3 racing laps. It's going to be a sprint to the finish. Who's going to hold on? Pancake is going to be leading, but how long can he hold these tyres to the very end? There's only 3 laps, really quick here at Charlotte Road Speedway. So it's going to be green this time, and during overtime, and if another caution comes out, that's going to end the race, acting as a red flag. But the pace car is going to be in this time, and in it goes to the pit road. Pancake is going to lead as the green flag comes out. Who's got the best start? Drivers are packing up already. There's a huge pack. Cars are coming together, and Masashi gets sent up high a little bit. He's going to drop back. And so does Forza as well. But one who's gained from that is the 97 of Toxic, who went from last back up to the top and currently in 5th. As Pancake still leads. Bandit is holding off Griffin. And the white flag is in the air, so Pancake is still going to try and hold on to this. He may have this in the bag if he doesn't go into the wall. Forza's up to 4th. Here's Bandit and Griffin currently fighting for 2nd place. Here comes Forza bumping the free out of the way, going to get to the inside, and Pancake's around. And Bandit's going to try and is going to take the win. And Bandit wins, but with controversy by shoving the Pancake into the wall. But he wins the unfamous Energy 277. And that's very likely to be a penalty.
Oh yeah, yeah. He's getting penalized.
And I'm not surprised by that. I just managed to see a Pancake get sent into the wall. Pancake was looking really good though. And your winner is Forza. That's 4 in a row for him. Not the best way he wanted to win, of course. But Forza is 4 times in a row a new record holder in the Fios series in VRA. And it's still trying to do burnouts. Yeah, I think somebody's going to need to tell him. Maybe even the pace car will, apparently. But Forza is your winner, despite the confusion at the end there. So really great pool of points as well for Forza. But he's already left, so he's not going to be able to do burnouts. But to remind our audience that Forza, the 5 car, is your winner of this race. Bandit was penalised for shoving Pancake, the 69 car, into the wall in the final corner. We're going to have more updates on the official finishing positions, but that's another win for Forza, so that makes it 4 in a row for him. A new record for the VRA Fios series. And we've got our winner here for this race. Forza, congratulations on being the race winner of the unfamous Energy 277. So we're going to get a couple of words over written text, in which will be translated for our audience. So, Forza, how did that race go for you in terms of, especially at the end, you didn't think you would probably win there. You were sent back after pitting. So how did you feel that race went? Are you surprised about that? And can you comment on your thoughts over the Bandit controversy? Well, to be honest, I did pretty well. I didn't like all of the cautions. The racing was pretty subpar at the back half, Staying out definitely didn't play out for me. Maybe I could have made it on fuel if it went green. We'll never know. That last restart was chaos. Thankfully, it worked out for me. Thanks to Bandit, I suppose. I remember helping him in Vegas, so I guess he repaid the favor today. And can we just get your comment? You're now a 4-time in a row race winner. One of the first time, well, a new record in the VRA Fios series, and forever in the VRA. This really dominant run. Where has this pace come from for you to win the last 4 races? It's always been there. Vegas, I should have won if I didn't have to leave. If I made it, I would have been a point. About getting on pancake. Plenty of racing left this season. And you're right, there's a couple of races. For you, how looking at the situation, do you carry on this performance to win the next couple of races? Where do you think you'll see yourself at the title? I find the division. And of course, I don't see why not about carrying the performance. Well, thank you, Forza. Congratulations on the win. And hopefully you have several good performances in the future. Yeah, thank you guys, and thanks to Toddy as usual. So there is your race winner, the number 5 car Forza for Hot Rat Racing, winner of the unfamous Energy 277. And let's see if we're going to be able to get a couple.
Hello.
Hello. So, Masashi, it was a chaotic finish in the end, but are you happy with your performance? You were there quite a lot of the time at the front, especially when you were gaining on Forza before the last caution came out and overtime happened. But how did you see?
Well, I realized he was tire saving, like fuel saving, but so which means I knew that he would probably run out of fuel before the end of the race. He was trying to extend his tire life. But I knew that I could reach the end perfectly fine in fuel and tires. So I decided just to go after him. I was gaining. I wore myself accidentally coming out of turn 4 a couple of times, but I kept gaining back. And then as the caution comes out, he walls himself, spins out, so means I got the lead. And then we came down pit lane. The thing is, oh, this is great. I know some people will be staying out, but they're going to be on 1 tires. I'll be faster than them. I can't pit lane second because Trudy took no tires. But then on the restart, this is what happens. I'll go through it in the detail I can, at least from what I saw in my perspective. Coming into turn 1, Wicked in turn 1 comes down onto me on the outside. I'm on the inside. And then Forza goes below me, makes a new lane on the apron, and then I get squeezed in between them and I spun out. Nearly got flipped too.
Forza, did he leave?
And that would have had an issue as well, like as over time. But you say that you were walling yourself, and it seemed to be a trope with other drivers during the race. How difficult was it to drive through the corners here at Charlotte?
It is pretty difficult. It's the ultimate line was sort of grip for fences, the Larson line, which means you are at risk of warning yourself. But if you can just enter the turn perfectly, you can do yourself a good run coming out the turn. But it was extremely difficult to do. So it was safer just to run a little bit lower than the absolute high line, which you still get a good run out of the corners, but also still have good pace in turns. But it was also difficult. People kept warning each other. People kept getting walled on their own. Spins happened, and it was just overall. So coming to turns as well as most nervous. I was racing in the pack because I knew if I made a mistake, now that could not be a detriment to me but the whole field. But I know someone else could also make a mistake and become a detriment to me and the whole field as well.
And as well as seeing, especially what was going on, the chaos towards the end of the race. Did you think that the general driving, as Forza put it, was subpar, especially towards the latter end of the race?
There is no professionality in this series. People are sending each other just like thinking like it's just for fun. They send each other like it's just for fun and nothing else. There's no respect. I was ever in Darlington when I got my third place finish. There's no respect in the field. People are driving each other like they're just disgusted by each other's presence. They're trying to move each other, trying to bump each other, trying to wreck each other. There is no sense of stability in this field. People are wrecking each other all the time.
Thank you, Masashi, 66 car. And do we reckon we'll have time for one last person? Maybe the 22 car of Revel. Hello, Revel. So, are you happy with your performance of where you finished in the race? It was quite up and down in the mid pack.
Yeah, I'd say it was good, but it could have gone better.
Yeah, just pointing out after what Masashi said about the issues with the field's driving quality and having no respect for each other. I want to get your opinion on what can be done with the driving standards of the general Fios series pack.
I don't. To be honest though, since I'm seeing the whole perspective on on this type of racing for today, I think honestly it needs some some reforming, because I feel like a lot of drivers are how would I say this, going way out of control. Like there's like a lot of like wrecks going on, and people complaining like, oh, their driving is so bad and whatnot. So I think it could be like a cause, since everyone's like driving really rough.
Thank you. And during the skirmish, I think it was with a couple of other drivers. During the pack racing, can you explain to me how you felt trying to battle through different packs, especially during the restart?
I think for restarts, honestly, I just try to get a good launch. Especially like when it's like go green, I just like try to full throttle it immediately, and just try to like gain some like couple positions as far as I could say.
Thank you for your time, Revel, the 22 car. And that's pretty much all we're going to have time for here at C Sports. And that's from me, Will Smith, in the C Sports commentary booth, reporting on the unfamous Energy 277, the Fios series VRA race. Tomorrow on Sunday is, of course, the major race, the Coca-Cola 600 at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Tune in tomorrow, same time. But for now, thank you and goodbye.
C Broadcasting Group and C Sports reserve their respective C Broadcasting Group and C Sports reserve their respective rights. Any unofficial use of this telecast without credit to C Broadcasting Group and the respective rights holder is prohibited.